I am so passionate when it comes to promoting you. And what do I mean by that? I love seeing women shine digitally on the online space. Not just the sending it videos or the glamorous photos that you see online. No. I genuinely know when women are pushing themselves out of their comfort zone when it comes to showing up online authentically. I know when women in motorsports push themselves out of their comfort zone, and I am here for it. And you might not be aware of this. You're impacting so many other people that you have no idea about. Because I know how hard it is to show up online. I know that it is not easy. I know that filming yourself and talking to camera has got to be one of the hardest things you will ever have to face, and to be open and be vulnerable at times. I know exactly how you feel, but when I see it, oh my gosh, my heart bursts for it. And you might not be aware of this, but when you hit publish on that video, when you upload that video, not only are you sharing your video to the world, and you're impacting so many other people that you have no idea about. But first, hey, hi, and hello, I'm Angelisa, your host for Braap's Throttle Talk, and I am so excited about this episode. You might not know of my story, and to give you a bit of a history lesson on younger Ange, back in her late teens, early 20s, I was a huge snowboarder coming from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. If you're unfamiliar with Regina, or Saskatchewan for that fact, we have no mountains. It's a flat prairie, plain, open fields. We do have some valleys, and there are some rolling hills. But yeah, we have no mountains, minus 40-degree weather in winter, and very little snow. Our local ski hills are like ice rinks, and a couple of the ski hills in Saskatchewan were or used to be garbage dumps, and they just made a ski hill out of it. We only had like short runs, and the ski and snowboard park consist of like small boxes or rails and the occasional jump here and there. So I spent a lot of my childhood and early adulthood in the rail park at a ski hill called Mission Ridge in Fort Qu'Appelle, Saskatchewan. Back then, I won a lot of snowboard rail jams at our local ski hill and other rail jams that were put on around the province. I had a group of riders who were just as passionate as I was, always building features, riding urban rails around the city of Regina, and we filmed a lot. This is where my content creation has stemmed from. I created a ton of snowboard videos, and I would put on VIP movie premieres at my place, at my parents' place. And I put it on for my close buddies. It was like invite only. Obviously, whoever was in the film was invited, and they were allowed to invite a guest or a couple guests. It was such a vibe. Oh my gosh. We got dressed up in our nicest clothing. Usually we would meet up, to go snowboarding. So we were always in our jackets, helmets, snow pants. And so in order for us to have these movie premieres, we would get dressed up, obviously watch the video, we premiere it, and then we would just dance, giggle, and just have a rad time. I was the only female snowboarder in our snowboard crew, but my riding buddies pushed me to be a better snowboarder back in the day. And oh my gosh, it was such a vibe. I loved it so incredibly much. But what I really struggled with at that time was self-promotion. I used to be really shy, and I didn't know how to sell myself. I didn't know how to market myself, and I didn't have the guts, the balls to walk into a snowboard shop and ask for a sponsorship. That is what I desired, and that is what I wanted so bad. Okay, that was like goals for me. If I could get sponsored by a board shop, like, done. Like, I would have felt so fulfilled. At the time, I just kept thinking that my riding would do the talking for me, and that somebody will pick me up. A board shop will pick me up. They see me, I'm winning contests, they're going to pick me up. Like, my riding will do the talking for me. I don't need to sell myself, right? Obviously, over time, I got discouraged. I was disappointed every year, every season, because you guessed it, I was never asked to be a part of a team. I was never asked to be sponsored by a board shop. I was never approached by any brands whatsoever. Now I get it. Saskatchewan, there's not a whole lot of snowboarders that come from Saskatchewan. However, there is Mark McMorris, Craig McMorris, buddies of mine that have made it, right? But back in the day, like 18, 20 years ago, that was very unheard of. You don't hear a whole lot of, Saskatchewan riders. So I understand there's that, right? It's basically, who you know, where you live in the grand scheme of things. So my brother, Anthony, who is a year younger than I am, he got onto one of the most popular board shops in Regina, and at the time they were called Off Axis Board Shop. They no longer exist, which is a bummer, but Anthony was a part of their board shop team. So Anthony used to be a professional wakeboarder, and Off Axis had a wakeboard and snowboard team. And because Anthony, again, my brother, was part of this team, I thought for sure I would be as well. Since, I won first at every single off-axis rail jam in their parking lot for at least a good 4 or 5 years straight. Did I ever get hooked up? No. Did anyone ever ask me? No. I really relied on my brother's success, thinking that like the board shop would be like, Anthony's sister, let's bring her on. She doesn't need to apply. She doesn't need to do anything. She's already winning these contests. Let's have her on here. No, it didn't happen. So over the years, I watched Anthony and the Off Axis team getting together to take photos, do group rides, film each other, create epic videos, and they competed together at wakeboard circuits around Canada and even globally. And just there was so much more to it. And I just remember just feeling so discouraged, disappointed, hurt, and jealous. I actually do have a podcast that I interviewed a good friend of mine. Her name's Ashley Lugner. Now, I'm going to link that up over on the screen here if you're watching over on YouTube, or I will post it in the show notes as well. But she is somebody that was a part of this team as well. And seeing her bond and having that support and watching my brother have that support, like a team vibe, is something that I truly wanted. Like, I wanted a place and space for me to belong. And at the time, snowboarding didn't have that. Yeah, I had my crew and they were so amazing. They pushed me out of my comfort zone and they supported me when I needed it. Again, I was the only female within that group. Because I was feeling jealous, disappointed, frustrated, I kept coming up with these limiting beliefs. I started to doubt myself, and I just kept thinking, well, if no one's approached me, no one wants me, I'm not good enough. I am not a good snowboarder. I don't deserve any sponsorships. I don't deserve a team, nothing, right? That's where a lot of my limiting beliefs have stemmed from. And they still carry with me. They still are with me to this day. Now, I've done a lot of self-work. I've done a lot of self-development, and I'm able to navigate through that. But it took me a very long time. This is one of the reasons why I started Braap Babes, okay? It wasn't until the digital era that I learned promoting and riding for myself was the best gift I could ever give myself. To have the freedom to ride and to have the freedom to post whatever it is that I want to post. And I get to promote other women doing rad shit as well. So I turn my frustrations of not being recognized, never being promoted, and lack of marketing opportunities into a reality. From snowboarding to now dropping in on snowmobiling and dirt biking, I have finally found an area where I get to do what I love to do. I get to express myself creatively. I get to film myself the way that I want, and I don't need to ask for help with filming. I don't need to hire photographers, videographers, and I get to promote myself freely and influence others in a positive and impactful way. This is the beauty part about it. I get to be my own vibe. And this is exactly what I coach in my one-to-one containers for women in motorsports who are looking to promote and brand themselves. Because let's face it, brands and sponsors won't do that for you, especially this day and age, right? They might share your content here and there, but it's up to you to market yourself, to promote yourself. No longer are there days where brands and sponsors will fly you out to do photo shoots, to put an ad in a magazine. Again, if you were brought up in the snowboard or ski world 20 years ago, that's how you would get noticed, was by ads in snowboard magazines or ski magazines, right? And that was how you would market yourself, and that's how you would brand yourself, is by depending on those brands and sponsors to do those things for you. Over in my container at the 4-week Jumps and Drops program, we learn on how you can be your own vibe. The last thing I want you to do is to try and be that other woman rider that you're comparing yourself to. Like, stop it. The last thing I want you to do is to only post the good shots and be stressed out and not ride as much to get those perfect shots. No. The last thing I want you to do is not post at all because you don't feel like you're worthy of it, because you're not sending it as much as other riders. Okay, this is not the vibe we want. Stop. Lucky for you, in this episode, we are going to do a inside look of a few things that we get to work on if we did a 4-week container mentorship that I call Jumps and Drops. Okay, so keep in mind some of the things that I'm going to go through. They're just a few things that we work on. We go so much more into detail. We dive in deep and it's intensive, but it's a whole lot of fun if you want to join in on the 4-week mentorship program. But here are a few details that I'm going to share with you today. So here is what we'll be working on. Number 1 is mindset shifts. Okay, so many women that come into my space are wanting more confidence in themselves, right? They want to be seen, they desire to do more, but they have a ton of self-doubt and self-limitations. So in order for you to move forward is where we work together on what is holding you back and what those limiting beliefs are and how to navigate through it. Number 2 is goals and desires. Understanding what exactly it is you want to do with social media and motorsports. The women that come into my space are usually the ones looking for sponsorships, ambassador programs. But here's the kicker. What makes you different than the other girl who is applying for the exact same sponsorship? And don't tell me it's because you love being outdoors. No. The amount of times I hear that, I don't care for it. To be honest, I'm just going to be straight up. I wear a heart on my sleeve when you work with me. We all love the outdoors, right? We wouldn't be doing our sports if we didn't love the outdoors, okay? Stop saying it's because you love outdoors and you love the mountains and you love being in the mountains. It is something that everyone says, and there's just so much more to it. No. Okay, so grab a pen and paper and ask yourself this. What makes you you? What makes you tick? What makes you feel alive? What are your non-negotiables? And keep asking why and jot it all down. Okay, that's something that you can work on. And if you do write down you love being outdoors, why? Ask yourself why. Like, I want you to get down in the nitty gritty of why you love being outdoors. There's something more to it, and I want to know it, and so does everyone else. Okay. Number 3 is strategy. Okay. We go over a strategy that works for you because everyone is different. Everyone's schedules are so different. Not one strategy fits all. Okay. So instead of waking up every morning and wondering what to post, we learn to create impactful videos and photos that are going to suit your vibe, your audience for social media. Okay. No more being a slave to our phone. Right? No, we don't want that. We don't want to be stressed out every morning. We are learning a strategy that feels fun, energetic, and exciting. We are so excited to post our video every single morning or whatever days that you want to post, right? We want to make sure we have the energetics behind that post, that positive mindset shift behind our post. We learn about storytelling and the importance of creating storyboards. We learn the importance of being consistent, even on the days we don't feel like showing up, even on the days when we don't feel like filming or talking to camera. No, this is where we get to create content and take time off and still be consistent online, because social media loves consistency no matter what the platform is. Okay. Number 4, we talk about platforms. We learn about the benefits of different platforms and what suits your goals and needs and how to build up on those. Number 5 is video tutorials, because a lot of our assignments require video homework. I create tutorials on how to edit. I give you ideas and I show you how to implement them. I show you how to edit in programs that you use, not just Final Cut, not just Premiere Pro, not just CapCut, not just iMovie, whatever editing program that you use. I will give you a tutorial on how to use it so that you don't have to spend the time on figuring out how to, okay? I go into depth on specific details that you're struggling with, and oh gosh, there's just so much more, so much more. I am literally in your ear and your eyeballs weekly, okay? Number 6 is branding. Learning how to brand yourself. A lot of us think branding is the pretty colors, the color schemes, the logos, but it's not, okay? That's a small part of branding, sure. But how you can brand yourself is simple. It's who you are, what you do, what you wear, how you express yourself, your voice, so much more, okay? You and I get to work together very closely on this, because it's hard, it's vulnerable at times, but this is the number one thing that every single one of my clients succeeds at. They are all so nervous at first, but now they are thriving when it comes to showing up online. And it's got to be my favorite part of the 4-week program, the jumps and drops, because I get to see you shine, baby. So these are just a few of examples of what you get from me within the Jumps and Drops 4-week program. We have video calls, daily communication, and weekly assignments along with deadlines, because I like to hold you accountable to reach those goals, right? You hire me for a specific reason, we're going to get you there. So this program is designed to push yourself out of your comfort zone while having fun at the same time. And better yet, you have me right beside you every step of the way. Selfishly, I did create this program with myself in mind. I know social media wasn't a thing 18 years ago, but if I could have had a mentor to help me brand myself, help me gain the confidence that I needed to approach brand sponsors and board shops, to help with video and video editing, to help build out proposals, media kits, and just be by my side when self-sabotage or self-doubt stopped me. Then at least I had someone to talk to, right? And I think it's so important to have someone in your back pocket when it comes to promoting yourself. This journey isn't easy. Limiting beliefs show up every day when it comes to promoting yourself. I get it. As I mentioned in the beginning, mindset shift is the secret sauce to success, and I am so excited to be sharing with you my double bounce workbook. Double bounce, you got it. It's what you don't expect. And it's a journal prompt guide for women in motorsports. So in this PDF, I have 25 journal prompts for you to work on and reflect on. So what's in this PDF? Well, it's empowering journal prompts. You dive deep into self-reflection that help you uncover your strengths, passions, and your unique voice in the motorsports community. It helps with boosting confidence, understanding the importance of self-work and personal development in achieving your goals. Navigating beliefs, right? Identify and overcome the limiting beliefs that hold you back. We need to transform our mindset. We need to find our truths and embrace our authentic selves. That's like a mind jabbler. You get what I'm saying. It's a mouthful. Why do you need the Double Bounce workbook? Well, it's for personal growth. I love a Braap babe who is always willing to foster personal growth and self-awareness, overcoming challenges and succeeding in their sport. Confidence building, oh my gosh, empowering yourself with your truths, your experiences, and your talents to boost your confidence, helping you to stand out and make an impact in the world of motorsports. Okay, so you can download the Double Bounce workbook in the show notes below. I'll have a link there. I am so excited for your journey in self-promotion, honestly. And if you are interested at all in working with me, all of those links are going to be down in the show notes below. As you're listening to this, I started my 15-day slow wheelie challenge. And if you haven't heard about it yet, you're not too late if you want to join in. The challenge started June 1st, couple days ago, and it ends June 30th. You have 15 days to complete the slow wheelie challenge before June 30th. So you need to pre-plan your wheelie challenge days and you need to wear the appropriate gear. And if you're afraid of doing a wheelie, but you want to practice on lifting that tire, then come join in on the Facebook group and you can start out with doing a clutch up. I have a few people starting out with clutch ups, not the wheelies because they're not comfortable or they're not there yet. And I don't expect for all of us to master the slow wheelie in 15 days. No, this is just a challenge that we can come collectively and encourage each other, hold each other accountable, and just give each other the support that they need. This journey is a fun one. It's an exciting one. So if you want to join in, it's not too late. I'll leave a link below and you can have access to the private group. Just make sure that you answer all the questions when you want to get into the group, because you need to understand that it's a high-risk sport, okay? Anyways, that's all that I'm going to talk about today. I hope this episode has landed for you and you're feeling a little bit more confident when it comes to showing up online, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever other platform you use. Until next week, you guys, keep killing it safely, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today's show. Please rate and review this podcast. I would forever be thankful and grateful. Share it with your friends, family, and whoever you feel would enjoy these types of conversations in the dirt bike, snowmobile, and motorsports community. If you are looking to support the show, I do have a few affiliate links in the show notes. And if you're looking for some confidence in the digital space, learning how to brand yourself, edit your epic sends, and just being the vibe, being your true self, your authentic self, shoot me a message. You can reach me over on my website, angelisaedwards.com. And as always, I am rooting for you, and keep killing it safely, and I'll see you next week.